Okay, I thought I would try something, and I make TikToks, but I talk for so long and I cannot condense them. So I was like, maybe I should do something just really chill, like make photo booth videos that I can look back on that are not edited. So sometimes I really lose my train of thought and I just like stare. Hopefully, I don't do that too much. My cat is in the background. I thought that was cute, so I left it there. But I was thinking of doing this maybe once a week and just kind of talking about things and giving an update. I think it would be cool to look back on, but obviously, if I just wanted to do that, I could keep it private and not public. But I'm thinking about doing this just in case other people relate, and I think that's good. Hopefully, like maybe I could help you in some way or help you feel less alone, but then also it's helpful to me if I post things and people comment. I just think it's can be cool to connect in that way. So, I currently started university. It's almost October. Um, I took a lot of time off from school. I only have 5 courses for a degree. My cat's just gonna clean himself now in the background. But so much happened in my life. Literally so much. I used to struggle much more severely with depression and related things, um, and just like other life things. I'm being kind of vague, but I was also diagnosed late in life with a neurodevelopmental disorder. So I didn't have the proper support, I didn't have the proper accommodations, and I personally didn't understand what was going on. Like, I knew I was struggling, but I didn't know how to communicate it because it wasn't making sense to me. Like, everyone had just told me it was anxiety. Obviously, it wasn't just anxiety, there were a lot of things impacting my learning that go beyond that. So now I have the accommodation set up. I know what's going on. I'm very determined to work through this. I'm only taking one university course, and I'm going in person. This is my first time going in person. Also, it's been a massive adjustment. Like, I have struggled with agoraphobia since I was 19. So it's been many years of struggling with it. And it was mainly the bus. Like, that's the root cause. That's where it started. So I overcame that. I've been taking the bus. It's a long commute into class. And I'm going in person, which is the first time I'm doing that. The other courses were online. So it's been a big adjustment. I'm also taking a high school course because I'm trying to switch my program, so I'm taking math. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot to some people, but it's honestly so much for me to go from nothing to learning all this stuff because because I was diagnosed late, I've never had support with school and I haven't built up the skills that I think that I need. So it takes me so much effort. I get very, very tired and it has just been a lot in the past when I've tried to do this, not all of this, like I haven't tried to take the bus and stuff, but by now I would be like, I'm going to give up. I don't feel that way. I really don't think I've ever been so determined in my life to do something. But I am definitely starting to get really tired. And my mood is starting to dip. And my mood the past like couple months has been the best it's ever been, like ever. And I get worried about that when it starts to go down, but you know, I just think that's how it's going to be and I have to find a way to move forward despite that. Like I have to find a way to keep going realistically. Like obviously there are certain times where I think breaks are imperative and putting your mental health first is necessary, but my goal is to find more balance in my life so I don't necessarily get to that point, hopefully. But also, I live in Canada, the weather's getting gloomy, and it has been a full month now of this big adjustment. I think it makes sense that I'm tired. I don't know, I just think it makes sense. So I'm trying not to freak out yet. I'm trying to take as many breaks as I possibly can. And I'm trying so hard to like have a positive mindset. I it's hard to do. It's really hard to do, but I'm trying to have a growth mindset. I'm trying to be less perfectionistic in general, and I'm trying to say you don't need 100% in everything. It's okay if you don't spend a million hours on this. It's okay if you make mistakes, and that's way easier said than done. I care still if I make mistakes and I do those things, but I am definitely trying to work on that. So that's the whole school situation. Um, other like that's really all I've been focusing on. I've been trying to be more social. Oh, I do have an update. I at my school, I'm joining like there was one thing so far. It's like a neurodivergent peer support. And I really wanted to do that because I'm not involved in the school. Like I just go to my one class. I don't really know anyone, so I thought that was a good opportunity. And I'm really excited to have that environment and that space to hopefully unmask and meet people who have similar experiences or are just easier to talk to because you don't have to like fully explain things to people who don't really have lived experience, so they don't really understand. Like I get so many questions about my life because I am older, and there's so much that if you're just meeting me, I'm not going to tell you. So I try to be vague and skip it, but then there's like I feel like people think there are holes in what I'm saying, so they get really curious. Like they're like, "Well, what were you doing for the last 5 years?" And I'm like, "Not much, just like taking some time thinking about my life. I don't know." But in reality, I was obviously really struggling with my mental health, and it's just stuff that like I don't think is appropriate to get into. So it's nice to not have to deal with that, and like you many people have that similar experience, so you don't have to like fully explain everything. So I'm really excited about that, and I really liked going to the first one. So that is definitely a positive. I it's definitely interesting to me how different it is, like masking versus unmasking, specifically the level of fatigue after they don't compare. Like after masking, I need like such a long break. I'm exhausted. I feel like I don't always get the benefits of socializing that you're kind of supposed to get because I'm so tired after. It's hard to find those benefits. And then also, like, if you are masking, it's hard to feel, I think, accepted and connected, even if people are accepting of you, because it feels like they're not really accepting who you actually are. I don't know. That's kind of how it feels like to me. So it's just nice to have that space. This is like 8 minutes. I'm gonna try to keep these really short and just kind of update once a week. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing this. Maybe it's really boring and weird and I won't do it. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna edit this, but I kind of have to because I never know how to end anything. So it's really awkward, which it will be awkward right now because I don't know what to do. So goodbye. Thank you so much for watching if you did. Hopefully it wasn't really boring for you.